Armed and ready.
So, following up on my first semifinals prediction video that I made, this one's going to be about TSM versus Team Impulse and SK versus Unicorns of Love. Now, I guess since they go first, I'll start with SK versus Unicorns of Love. Going into this match, SK and Unicorns are both 1-1 in the head-to-head. When it comes to this matchup, I do believe and I do agree with most people that SK on an individual level can play better than the overall individual skill of Unicorns of Love. But unfortunately, in this level of competitive sports, pure skill doesn't do it all. Like, there's a whole level of communication and shot calling, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff than just pure mechanical skill that goes into League of Legends, and this is why I think pure skill can't carry you, and you've seen that with SK repeatedly. I also think that Unicorns have also already proven that they are really good in best of 5 series matches. Like, they're good at it. I think SK's problem with, if they don't stomp early in the game and keep that rolling, they usually struggle. And I think the longer that this series goes on, the better chance that Unicorns of Love will win. Just because SK also, I don't know, unless they got better at playing through a series, they don't seem to adapt well to how the series is going and the pick bans as the series progresses. I think, in the end, I think Unicorns of Love is going to win this, and I think it'll become even more, like, if Unicorns gets momentum rolling, I think they'll pull it through. If SK gets momentum rolling, I think that might, I don't think it'll stop Unicorns. I think they'll still be able to come back, and I think the longer the series goes on, Unicorns of Love is going to adapt more quickly than SK will, and that's how they're going to pull it out. Now, moving on to North America, TSM versus Team Impulse. Once again, they both are 1-1. But the last game that these two played was in Tip's favor and Team Impulse's favor. Like, that was the game Impact played Morgana top against Dyrus' Irelia, and in the 1-on-1, Dyrus was winning, but like always, the Dyrus camping strategy that every team has just adopted now when playing against TSM, that happened, and then it was okay and it was even until team fights really started. And then when team fights started happening more, Wild Turtle got caught in, like, before some team fights even really got going. Like, he was the first to die in, like, 2, I think. And that just, Xiao Zhao finally wasn't playing Yasuo, and he just went off on Kassadin, which was even more dirty because the Kassadin could then rift walk in and Morgana would have a shield on him already. So he was just this super tank, like, hard to kill Kassadin. It was even easier for him to get away in and out of the fight now. And then on top of that, once the team fights really started going, Impact's Morgana just was hitting binding after binding, and it was so scary for TSM really to fight because they couldn't do anything. So even though they kind of started getting stomped in the last game they played against Team Impulse, I think TSM is still going to pull it out, though. Just overall, I think TSM is better suited and prepared for situations like this. Like, Team Impulse, they have, like, it's not like they're all noobs and have never played in a best of 5 before, but I think TSM has done best of 5s on a grander scale and has more experience in really high pressure situations in series. On top of that, proving that TSM's strategies and skill to adapt as the series progresses is one of the best because of Loco Doco and how they all discuss the games as series goes on. You can see them getting stronger and stronger as series goes on. So I think TSM in the end will pull through. I will say this. If Team Impulse somehow beats TSM in the semifinals, I think Team Impulse will carry that momentum and they would win. If they beat TSM here, Team Impulse is going to win because I think that momentum is going to carry and I think they'll win the spring split. But that's only if they beat TSM. But I don't think they're going to. I think they'll get a game off of TSM. They might even make it 3-2, but I think TSM will do TSM things, and by that I mean they'll make the plays when they count. Even if it gets 3-2, they will. I think they'll go clutch. Like, enough players on TSM will go clutch, and they'll pull it out no matter what. But like I said, if for some reason Team Impulse does pull it out and does win, I think they're going to win the spring split, even if they have to go up against Cloud9. So they'll just win. That's my call. I'm calling it. Anyway, that's my predictions for this round of semifinals. Once they're done, I'll do follow-up vids for each, and we'll move on to the finals in the third place match, or fourth place match, and I'll talk about that and give my predictions for that. While you wait for that, if you want, you can check out all my other videos, which are below, that you'll be able to click on. And that's just my vlog in the middle and a Omega Squad Teemo game on the left and Dying Light on the right. So click on them if you want to see more stuff from me. And until next time, thanks a lot, guys. See you, noobs.